All right, so it's 2 a.m. in the morning, and instead of typing an email, replying back to the questions that I received today from a borrower, I just decided to reply back via video. And hopefully, if you're in the same situation, if you're watching this and you're looking to do the down payment assistance program, if you have specific questions or concerns, or you want to know how to do it and how it works and the actual truth behind it, hopefully these emails that I receive from people can help you. All right, so first of all, to start, my name is Isaac. I'm a loan officer here in Cleveland, Ohio. And one of the videos that I made was about down payment assistance program. And the first thing that I want to mention is, um, to be able to do those kind of loans, if you call it, you gotta be in the approval list, or you gotta be an approved lender. And what do I mean with that? Well, pretty much is that not all the lenders out there will do this down payment assistance program. Actually, just to be honest with you, 99.99% of the lenders out there won't do it. Anyway, so let's go back to this email that I received from a borrower last week. I thought that it was very interesting, and I'm gonna read portion of that email for you, and then I'm gonna reply back to the email, of course. And when I ask about what problems did this borrower run into with other lenders when trying to get a pre-approval letter to buy a home, this is what they said. It was that lack of motivation to help me. Which, by the way, let me start with this. Um, the down payment assistance program is not really like. It's not really like an FHA loan, like a conventional loan. What I mean with that is that one of the first questions that a lender is going to ask is going to be, and this is just being 100% transparent and honest with you. So if you're looking to do this, if I was in your shoes and I'm looking to buy a home with zero down payment, with no down payment whatsoever, or trying to get a down payment to buy a home, I would really like the honest truth behind this. And if you watch on YouTube, there's a lot of people that say a bunch of BS to you just so that they can get views, subscribers, they can grow their channel, and they can smile to you. There's some blonde girl out there giving advice to people that something that she hasn't even done herself. So why am I saying this? Number one is, I can tell you, every realtor that I ever met, they always tell me, hey, if you're gonna send somebody my way, you better have them pre-qualified. And portion or part of that pre-qualification is they need to have down payment. And a lot of people stop right there. So if you're doing an FHA loan, you need a 3.5% down payment. But that's not all. I mean, you still gotta pay closing costs, and I'm gonna throw a number right there at you. So it's gonna be 3.5% also on closing costs. So depends of the city, the state, the county. You will pay X amount of money in your title. For title, you will pay money for your escrows, which that means your taxes and insurance. You will have to pay for an appraisal. Sometimes you will have to pay for, additional points to be able to purchase an interest rate. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that you gotta pay. So when a lot of people are asking, well, I want to buy a home, but I don't have any money to do it. That right there it's a red flag for a realtor. A realtor will not. They will just not show you any home. Period. They will just go to a next person, because for them that's a waste of time. For them, if you don't have a down payment and closing costs, you are wasting your time and you're wasting their time. Same thing for a lender. For a lender perspective, if you call and you want to buy a home and you don't have any money, then they will literally just, if they are nice to you, they will tell you flat out up front, be like, I'm sorry, but we need you need to have a down payment to be able to do anything. And on top of that, you're gonna be able to have money set aside to pay the closing cost. And you're like, well, what about if the seller wants to pay the closing cost? Well, what about if he doesn't want to pay the closing cost? What I mean with that is like some sellers out there, like they almost okay. How can I explain this? Like, depend on the market, but most sellers out there, they really love their homes, and if the home is worth $150,000, in their mind that home is worth 200,000 because it's their home, you know, and in their mind is, dude, I'm not gonna pay for a freaking closing cost. You want to buy the home, you pay for the closing cost. You gotta be a very motivated seller for them to help you, which, if it's an FHA loan, you can go up to 6% concession. So pretty much up to 6% of the loan can go towards paying your closing costs. So if you're able to find a family member, a friend, a motivated seller, or somebody that truly wants to sell their home and they don't want you to go anywhere else and they want to help you buy their home, then yeah, it is possible. However, you would be in a way better situation if you have that money set aside. So when you find a home that you really like, you don't have to say, well, I'm sorry, I just don't have the money. Okay, so why am I explaining you all this? What I'm trying to say is, if you don't have a down payment and you don't have closing costs, which, by the way, the down payment assistance program, most of them only covers the down payment. They don't really say anything about closing costs, and the closing costs are still there. Just so just so you're aware of that. But the reason I'm explaining this is because you need to understand that for 99.99% of the people, realtors, loan officers, mortgage companies out there, you have to have a down payment, or you don't qualify. That's just flat out how it is. So first thing you gotta do is you gotta decide. You gotta find a lender that can help you do this down payment assistance program. Now, these are programs that the government put out there as incentives. So this is not something that you are entitled to, or you deserve to have, or you might qualify for because of a specific situation. I mean, what I'm trying to say is that, like, you cannot go and get. Sorry, just a moment. It's 2 a.m., so my wife is sitting right here on the kitchen table. Do you think, please, can you put some headphones and turn it down? Because I can kind of hear the noise. Anyway, so going back to what I'm saying is, these programs, the step number one, let's put it this way. Go to Google and type down payment assistance program and put the city, the county, or the zip code of the city that you want to buy your home. And you will notice that on top of Google, actually I was doing some research here on my laptop myself, on top of Google is going to show links of companies that will do these kind of programs in those specific locations. Sometimes those websites send you to the to the FHA website with links to go to the specific county, a specific city, to be able to find a list. That's what you're looking for. You're looking for a list of mortgage companies. And, if this program is legit, if this link that you're clicking is legit, you will go to a website that it will give you a list of all the lenders. Not only that, when you click in the lender that you can use to do this down payment assistance program, it will give you the name of a specific loan officer. Why do I say this? If I know, for example, I work for Nations Lending. I know there is only one loan officer that does these down payment assistance programs. And my assumption of this is because the reality is that they don't make any money whatsoever. This is not, loan officers, we get paid when we close on the loan. So a down payment assistance program is going to be an absolutely nightmare to go through, because what you're really doing is you're creating a loan, a mortgage, which most likely would be FHA, just so you're aware. Um, you are creating a loan, but the government, the city, the county is creating a second mortgage. Normally, this is kind of the way it works. They're creating a second mortgage within that purchase. So what do I mean with that? Is you have your regular mortgage that you make your normal monthly payments to, and then you have a second mortgage of 3%. So most of them are up to 5%. Um, that you will not be making any payments to. So you're like, wait, what? So it's kind of like a lien. It's kind of like you have that second mortgage that is there, but nobody sees it. Normally, they have expiration dates. I call them expiration dates because after so many years, normally it's like 3 years, 5 years of living in the home, then that second mortgage kind of goes away, which is great for you because all of a sudden that becomes equity, which you didn't have equity because, the home was maxed out financially. But if that mortgage is forgiven or goes away or expires, whatever you want to call it, then that's instant equity that you get for yourself. So why am I saying this? So once you find the list of lenders, you find a loan officer, you want to contact, in my opinion, you want to contact all of the loan officers of all the companies on that list. Why? Because you really don't want to put all your eggs in one basket. Unless you know that company, unless you know that loan officer, then yeah, maybe, why not? But you have up to 45-day window for mortgage companies to pull your credit. So why not use it? Take advantage of that. Contact all the lenders on those lists, all the mortgage loan officers, email them, call them, text them. I mean, there gotta be a way that you can get a hold of them, or if they're close to your city where you live or the location where you want to buy the home, then even go there and talk to them and see if they can help you do that financing. That would be a step number one. But anyway, and I kind of went on a tangent about this, but to keep reading the email. So, lack of motivation to help me or answer my questions. I was told about a portfolio loan from KeyBank. So I don't have my contacts on anymore. So I'm reading like a blind person. That that was government down payment assistance program, which I spoke to a loan specialist about, and they told me there is no such thing. I only question it because there was no pre-approval letter to give to the realtor, only an FHA letter. And when I would try to explain it to the realtors, of course they're gonna, like I said, for them that's a red flag. You don't have a down payment. Thank you very much. Don't waste your time. You won't be able to buy the home because most of them haven't done it. It made them very uneasy. The specialist told me the only portfolio loan he knew, the only portfolio loan he knew of was putting 25% down payment down of your own money without the assistance of the government. When you don't get I'm assuming you're trying to say when you don't get approved for a conventional loan. um, I have also came across the loan officer telling me about government assistance programs, but then mentioned to me later I know someone who does them, and they themselves don't. Like I said, 99.999% of the mortgage professionals out there don't do those kind of things. And I can see your frustration on the letter. You say, "I'm honestly tired of the runaround," and no one really takes you serious with an FHA loan because it's harder to pass inspections. Okay, nobody takes you serious because you don't have a down payment and because possibly you don't have money set aside for your closing cost. While it's true that some realtors have this negative uh, perception on FHA loans because you have to pass inspections, and my baby is up there, so of course she's started to cry right now. Could you take a look at her, please? Going back to this, so it's I understand that FHA loans you have to pass inspections. I'm selling a home that had like four items that needed to be taken care of before the mortgage company closing on the loan. I mean, those are additional steps that you got to go through, but still, I mean, I have a realtor on the way. There's a buyer realtor, selling realtor. I mean, a good real estate professional, which there's a lot out there, believe it or not, they will not care that the loan is an FHA loan. However, they do care that you don't have a down payment, and they do care that you don't have closing costs. That's the real reason why they are ignoring you, or they giving you the runaround and that kind of stuff. I felt I was chasing realtors down to see houses more than they were chasing me. Again, the main reason is because you're not a qualified buyer, if that makes sense. I want to be approved of government assistance first, then get pre-approved for the conventional loan. See, it doesn't work that way. You see, the lender that is going to do the down payment assistance program will do it with the loan that you're getting yourself into. If it's a conventional, if it's an FHA, most likely will be an FHA. So it's not that you get approved for the down payment assistance program first, and then you go to look for a lender that will approve you for the FHA mortgage, conventional mortgage, VA mortgage, whatever it is. No, like that same lender is the one that will have to work with the government to be able, with the city, with the county, with whatever location you're buying the home, to be able to purchase that home. I hope that makes sense. And the last thing that I just wanted to say is just keep in mind that these down payment assistance programs are incentives. And what I mean with that is cities will offer these down payment assistance programs to bring people into these locations that are rural, these locations that they want to bring people in to improve the economy, more jobs, more businesses, etc. It's not that you can just get this down payment assistance program and move whatever you want, which it really sucks, because you mentioned some very nice cities that you would like to move. And, for example, I myself live in Medina, and while I was looking programs around this area, there's really not many, I don't know, maybe the city of the county of Medina doesn't really want to offer those kind of programs. I don't know, but I haven't found any reliable program that I can refer people to in those situations. But anyway, I hope this information helps. I'm really not trying to offend anybody. I'm really, the way I see it is, if you really want something, it's better to know the truth. It's better to know where you stand, and then you can go from it. So I would say step number one, go to Google, put the city or the cities or the zip code that you want to purchase your home, and put assistance, down payment assistance program. That will take you, hopefully, to a link of a lender that can actually help you, that can actually do the mortgage for you. And that lender will do everything. They will do the mortgage. They will take care of the down payment assistance programs. They will talk to you about closing costs, interest rate, monthly payments, taxes, insurance, everything. That same lender is the one that will give you the pre-approval letter. Most likely on that pre-approval letter, they will put down there, like, down payment assistance program is required, or a borrower doesn't have down payment, so we will be using a down payment assistance program for the city, for the county of XYE. And that is really the only way that I've been able to see these purchases become successful. I mainly deal with a couple people in Florida that were looking to do this. And the sad part about this is that it would be nice if there was one website that you can put the zip code or the city that you're trying to purchase a home, and it will give you the lenders, and you can just call the loan officer and be like, this is what I want to do. But unfortunately, there is no such a thing out there. So each city or each county has their own links, their own websites, their own lenders, and lenders change based on locations, on estates. It's an absolutely mess. I would personally recommend that, you call a normal loan officer and tell them, look, I want to buy a home for a year, 2 years, 3 years from now. What can I do? Like, what do I need to do to get to that position? Have them pull your credit, have them analyze your credit, have them tell you, well, you need to pay off this credit card or lower this balance or bring it down the uh, the credit card limit. I mean, that's just free advice that you can get from any lender out there, and hopefully, 2 3 years from now, you can, set up a financial plan, set up some goals to be able to come up with that down payment, with the closing cost, and with any additional fees that you might need to be able to buy the home. And in that way, you'll be in a position where you will be on the driver's seat, and you will be able to pick and choose the home that you want, instead of having to rely on a program who was created to, I don't know, government programs. In my opinion, I think this is absolutely awful. If you really want to help people, you should be able to make it very transparent, very clear for people to go to a website and be able to contact the specific people to be able to get this done. But unfortunately, this is just reality, and that's just not how the real world works. If you have any questions about what I just said, if there's anything I can do, I'm a mortgage loan officer. I refinance home, do purchases. But if you have any questions or anything I can do to help, just please feel free to put it in the comment section. You can email me, call me, text me, twin me, Instagram me, TikTok me now. But thanks again for watching. Please subscribe if you give me a thumbs up. Thank you so much. See ya. Bye.